Hey, it's Samantha, and welcome back to the Beyond You podcast. I want you to come sit with me for a minute because I want you to think about the last time you actually rested. Not collapsed from exhaustion, not rested while still just mentally running through your to-do list, not the kind of rest where you're scrolling your phone, but your nervous system is still on high alert. I mean, real rest where your shoulders dropped, where you didn't feel guilty, where nobody needed anything from you and you let that be okay. If you're trying to remember the last time that happened and you can't stay with me, because if you're exhausted but still performing, if people call you the strong one, but you feel like you're slowly disappearing, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Beyond You podcast, where we have real conversations about healing, trusting yourself again, and building the kind of relationships that actually feel good. I'm Samantha, and if you've ever felt like you're just going through the motions, like you're doing all the right things but still feeling disconnected, you're in the right place. Because here we go beyond the surface, beyond the hurt, beyond the patterns that keep you stuck. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Before we can dive in, I want you to hit subscribe if you have not, because today we're breaking down what burnout actually looks like in just black and brown spaces, because that can be way different that we don't allow ourselves to even recognize, and why it's not a personal failure, and what just like that soft life that people keep talking about really means after the crash, or better yet, before it ever gets there, right? Because we don't want you guys burned out. By the end, you'll have specific shifts, even for this upcoming week. Not someday, but right now. So drop a comment right now. When's the last time that you rested without guilt? I have a feeling a lot of you are going to say, I can't remember. So let's talk about it. I'd love to be able to start off with just how we got to this place, how we got to this strong one as just like this inheritance that kind of came about from us, right? Because before we define just burnout, I want to talk about how we got so good at strong and so bad at just being soft. Because this didn't start with you. This is inherited. I don't think we realize how much it is. Because think about our great-grandmothers, our grandmothers, the women who just came before us, who literally could not afford to fall apart. We had to hold it together. They worked, they raised children, theirs and other people's. They held communities together while systems actively worked against them. Strength wasn't a personality trait for them. It was just survival. And they passed that down, not because they wanted us to suffer, but because strength was the only inheritance they had to give us. Be strong became just a love language because softness wasn't safe for them. So we learned it early. We learned to hold it together. We learned our value was tied to how much we could carry without breaking. And then on top of that, the world picked up exactly where our families left off. We learned that if we showed too much emotion, we'd be called aggressive instead of passionate. If we cried at work, we'd be seen as unstable instead of human. So if we asked for help, we'd be seen as incapable instead of smart. So what do? We performed strength because the alternative just felt dangerous entire time. So, and here's what nobody tells you. Once people see you as strong, they stop checking on you. They stop asking if you need help. They assume that you've got it handled, even when you're drowning. And this happens all the time. We're drowning underneath the surface, Strength becomes this box we got put in, and then we've been trying to fit inside it for so long, we forgot there's a whole self outside of it. And let me know if that you resonate with that, because it is exhausting on how much we feel like we have to hold it all together. And we don't realize, and what did that teach you? It teach you that, okay, if I don't do this, then what would happen? I hear a lot of times in sessions that I would fall apart. So I wanted to break down what burnout actually looks like, because you could be burning out and not even realize it. So we hear the word burnout everywhere, right? But I wanted to just name something specific. Burnout doesn't always look like lying in bed, unable to move, especially for us. It often looks like showing up, hitting every deadline, smiling on Zoom, smiling in person, and just feeling numb inside. Clinically, burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by prolonged stress and just overwork. But we don't realize that for us, it's also being about identity, being the fixer, the strong friend, the one who can handle it. So let's name some specific signs you might be in burnout and not just a little tired. You wake up tired no matter how much you sleep. You feel detached or resentful toward people you actually care about. You're making more mistakes, feeling foggy, but you just keep pushing anyway. And here's the one that gets me every time. Rest doesn't feel restful. It feels guilty. Now add on racism, gender expectations, family pressure, maybe immigration or first generational weight, and suddenly your burnout isn't just about a busy calendar. It's about the story you were told. You don't stop. You can't afford to. Right? These narratives that we keep telling ourselves, this isn't just a regular tired. This is like a bone deep, soul deep depletion. And it doesn't just go away with a spa day, which a lot of us tend to do. I'd love to kind of use some, let's use Maya. We've been using Maya for a bit for past couple ones. Let's use that. So let me tell you about a woman that we're going to call Maya. On paper, everything looked perfect as well. She just got a promotion at work. She was taking care of an aging parent. She showed up for every single one of her friends, no matter what. She even had a little content creation thing on the side, sharing tips on staying organized and motivated. People called her inspiring. They told her, I don't know how you do it all. Does that resonate with anyone? But inside, Maya was having weekly Sunday breakdowns on the bathroom floor. Her turning point wasn't dramatic, though. There was no collapse, no hospital visit, no public moment where everyone finally saw what was happening underneath. It was one quiet moment. She caught it herself, saying, I just need to get through this month. I heard this so many times this past week. And in this situation, she realized that she'd been saying that exact sentence for 3 years straight. 3 years of just get through this. 3 years of pushing the rest, the joy, the softness to some imaginary finish line that never actually arrives. If that sounds like you, constantly getting through, always 1 month away from finally breathing, I need you to hear this. You do not owe the world your burnout. You are allowed to opt into life that feels good, not just impressive. Let me know if this resonates with you. You can do a head nod if you're listening on audio, type it in if you're on video, because if any part of Maya's story felt a little bit too familiar, I want you to know that you're not alone in this. So I just want to be able to picture that story because I want us to be able to reframe soft life. Okay. Let's talk about soft life itself. So social media turned it into candles, trips, and robe selfies. Cute. It's so cute. Right. But if you're a black or brown woman who has had to grind just to survive, soft life is much deeper than that. It's much deeper than the aesthetics. Soft life for us means not having to wait for a breakdown to give yourself permission to rest. It means living in a body that doesn't constantly feel like it's in danger. It means making decisions from self-trust instead of fear or obligation. So here's a shift I want you to really sit with. The old script is, I'll rest when things calm down. But let's kind of switch that. So the soft life script is, rest is part of why things calm down. I want you to know the difference. So one you notice is reactive and one is preventative. One waits just for permission from your circumstances. The other creates the conditions for a different circumstance altogether. So soft life, it doesn't mean you stop working hard or abandon your goals. It means you stop making suffering your identity. You can be ambitious and rested, successful and soft, strong and allowed to be held. It's not either or, it's both and. And here's the part that's hard, it's just hardest for a lot of us. Soft life requires you to receive, to let someone take care of you without immediately reciprocating, right? To accept help without an explanation attached. If you can't receive, you can't actually access soft life. You have to allow yourself to receive. You'll just keep performing rest while doing all the labor underneath. So I want to give you just 5 practical shifts to be able to implement, just so you can start kind of being in a space where you're allowing yourself to be in this soft era. So, all right, let's get practical. Here are 5 specific shifts you can start this week. Not someday, this week. So I want to hear what you're starting. Shift 1, a rest before you crash. Soft life after burnout starts with resting before the crash, not after. That means scheduling rest like you're meeting with your highest paying client. This week, I need you to pick one 30-minute block, put on your calendar labeled non-negotiable, no multitasking, no guilty phone scrolling. Just lay down, stretch, stare out the window, whatever feels soft to your nervous system. It's going to feel so foreign at first. Even jumping into this, it was really challenging even for me at first. But I need you to honor it like you would any appointment you couldn't cancel. If you know your meeting, you wouldn't just go and cancel it every time. Make sure you put yourself in there. Shift 2, I want you to honor your limits out loud. A huge part of why burnout persists is we override our limits in silence. We feel the no inside, but say yes, I got it anyway, right? So soft life means listening to that first quiet no, right? And you know what I say, if it's not a hell yes, is a no, right? So I need you to continue to implement this in here. So here's a sentence you can borrow. I don't have the capacity to take that on right now, but I hope it goes well. That's it. You don't owe a PowerPoint of excuses. Practice saying it out loud once a day, even in the mirror if you need to, right? Make your mouth comfortable with telling the truth. Shift number 3, redefine productivity. Burnout thrives on a lie that your worth is tied to how much you produce, which a lot of us keeps us burned out. For us, the lie is layered with survival. Our bodies have been treated as labor for generations. Soft life asks, what if your value isn't constant whether you produce or not? What if your value is constant whether you produce or not. So this week, choose one thing that looks unproductive but actually nourishes you. That could be reading, that could be daydreaming, a slow walk, and do it on purpose. Then notice the urge to justify it. Just observe it, just notice it. Don't judge yourself for needing it though. Okay, let's get to number 4. Creates a soft life buffer. I want you to create it. I love the idea of a buffer, like a space between you and your breaking point. That looks like leaving 15 minutes between tasks, saying no to the extra project, or building margin around emotional labor. Look at your day and add one buffer. Either start something 15 minutes later and something 15 minutes earlier, or maybe it's place a 15-minute break just between back-to-back commitments, right? When I'm back-to-back, I just leave my 15-minute break in there, whether it's getting food or whatever that is. Understand that margin is medicine. Just kind of being able to regroup, even just for a little bit, it makes a difference. Shift number 5, I want you to ask for support in one specific way. Burnout keeps us isolated. Soft life is communal. Maybe that means asking a friend to listen without fixing, delegating one household task, telling someone I'm not okay and I don't want to pretend today. Just pick one person who feels safe enough and ask for one specific thing. Can you check in on me this week? Or can you help with dinner on Thursday? And let me know what that is, because I want to be able to hear from you. Which one of these shifts are you going to try first? And just fun, because I want to make sure that you are in a space where you're no longer living based off of survival. I want you to be thriving in the rest of this year, and I want to be the first to cheer you on. So here's what I need you to walk away knowing. You do not have to earn rest with suffering. Burnout is not your destiny. Soft life can be a reality built through small, consistent choices, not a dramatic overhaul, huge ones. Like the woman before you, understand that they carried strength because they had to. You get to choose softness because you can. That's not betraying their legacy. That is their legacy fulfilled. They didn't sacrifice so you could keep sacrificing. They sacrificed so you could finally rest. So this week, I want you to choose just one shift, a scheduled rest block, a boundary sentence, a buffer in your day, one specific ask for support. Pick one and actually do it. So here's what I need from you. Share this episode from someone who's been carrying too much for too long. And I want you to tag me over at IamSamantha.a, and let's normalize Black and brown women choosing softness. Drop a comment. Let me know what else you would like to hear from me. Which shift are you trying this week? Make sure to subscribe if you have not. These conversations about the real work of healing, this is what we do here. So for ongoing support, know that we're available over on Substack, the Gentle Work with Samantha LPC. Know that we are also adding more people, just more therapists able to help you guys on. So if there need assistance, that you can come over and just let us know that, and we can see, who'll be able to help you if we cannot. But no, we have our membership as well, and coming home to yourself. And I'm just so excited that you're here. We have our Miss Me Journal and different things so to support you on your journey. But if you are choosing you, continue to show up every single week. I am so excited that you're here. I am Samantha, and I will see you next week.